Hi, I'm just going to show you how I built my battery box and what my battery box looks like on my
Here's
boat.
my battery box made from my lithium ion Lifpo4 batteries. So I just glued strips of wood in here with 5200, and then I attached unistrut along the wood strips and screwed those in. Then I was able to make this structure out of unistrut to hold the batteries. And then I also put aluminum corner pieces in the, as you can see, aluminum corner pieces on a plywood base, which I know that's not recommended, but it's what I did. And this here is my BMS system that just ties the ground. It basically routes the ground from the battery through the BMS system and then out. Anyway, that's basically it. Here's the electronics over here that I just put. This is a Catalina 320. And all right, okay. I'm getting ready to glass my battery box, and a glass in a just about battery platform. As you can see, the contour of the boat is not flat, so I have to made a model and made these stringers, and then I'm getting ready to laminate some resin in between these stringers. This kind of glass is preferred. I think it's called biaxial. It's pretty heavy weight. And then I just got some surfboard. I've also got some lighter surfboard fiberglass. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using resin, polyester resin, and the polyester resin is easier to work with than epoxy. However, you could use epoxy, but epoxy takes a long time to set up, and this is kind of a small battery box. And then so what I've done is I just basically leveled. I used a level here to kind of see, to kind of get it fairly level. I mean, I haven't finished. I got to move these around once the glass starts setting up, because it's they're not quite level right now as is, but I have to move them fore and aft a little bit just to make sure they're all level. And then the plan is to I've made a model. Again, I use cardboard for modeling. And then, so what I'm going to do, I modeled this platform that I'm going to either, I don't know exactly what I'm going to do. Either I'm going to do plastic, like starboard, or I'm going to do some wood, and just put some resin on the wood. And you can kind of see here, I've put some stringers on for to prepare the. To prepare it for, I'm going to put some superstrut down, and then the inside of the box, I kind of did the same thing. I'm going to put superstrut down. So this is the worst part of the whole thing, and you see, it's really important to model the in cardboard if you can. And then also I have a jigsaw on the outside of my boat and a little bit of workbench, and it's just, you got to go back and forth. It's a pain in the butt. So anyway, we'll let you know how it turns out. Thanks, bye. So this is partway through the laminating process. It's not the best job I've ever done. It is a mess. I hate working with fiberglass, and epoxy is even worse. So anyway, I laminated those stringers in, and I'm just almost finished laminating, and then I'm gonna then go and put the top sheet on the cover. So here's another part of the install that's not that fun. I bought this 5500. It's a fast cure, and so what I did was I bought these pieces of oak. They're 3/4. I'd rather have 1 inch, but that's what I found, 3/4 inexpensively. And then so what I'm doing is I'm sticking these to the rail horizontally, so I can put in backboards. And what I might use for backboards is some cutting boards I found at Sam's Club. And so you can kind of see here, I've got the rails up. I'm just extending some panels I already did. So it's just important to sand the fiberglass, and then just to rough it up, and then make sure that you get everything clean with paint thinner. Of course, you gotta vacuum too. So that's kind of how it's going. So here's what the fast cure looks like. So I just have a level, and I just make sure it's all level. The issues that you might run into is the boat might not be very uniform, so you're going to have to figure out whether to put it into vertical or horizontal, and right now I'm putting it in horizontal. Sometimes the angle isn't right, so what you have to do is use some weights. Here's a scuba weight I did, and then I just kind of cross beamed it. And then I've got, some shimming up the second board. So it helps a lot to, have some weight or some sort of support. So you kind of have to think about that before you glue down the strips.